All right, welcome everyone. We're back live at the Leather Pocket for the Barry Hooey Memorial Day 1, match number 1. Good one here. We got John Paypompe, who's at the table right now, playing Greg Cairns. Should be a really good match. These guys both play really good pool. John happens to be a Barry's team member. There's 5 of us attending here. We're missing one. We're missing Stephen Holem here. But there are bounties on 5 of us. So $30 if you can beat us on the A side and $20 if you beat us on the B side. And we're going to have 3 great days of pool here. We're going to have hopefully 3 matches on here tonight, maybe 4. If everybody plays like John, we're going to have 4, no problem. As you can see, he's pretty quick to go to work. Shooting this 9 to put the first game on the board already. And it is alternate break format here. The A side is 9-ball on the 9-foot, and the B side is going to be on the 7-foot playing 8-ball. Race a 9 on the A side, race a 6 on the B side. We have a 63-player field. If you guys are just tuning in, it's Ben Francis on the mic here. Grand Zemp is going to join me in a moment. Make sure you guys share that stream lots. We got 3 fantastic days of pool coming up. This is the first match, first round. $100 entry. Money added. Bounties on Barry's team players. What more could you ask for? And a happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. Once Grant jumps in here, I'll get into some, Barry stories and whatnot. We got some great pictures to put up. Looks like a ball made from Greg there, but a little bit of a tricky first shot. I think he can cue just around the 3 to make the 1, but tough to hit it with any control to hold for the 2. You could go back and forth twice here. Oh, he cuts it almost in. He held the cue ball really good there. We got Grant tuning in now.
What's going on, everybody?
Hopefully his volume's okay. One of these sides is not as good as the other, as they tell us.
It is true.
So your volume's got to just be cranked depending how close your mic is going to be.
I think it's pretty good.
They can let us know if your volume's no good.
So welcome to it, everybody. Friday night, Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, for the Barry Hooey Memorial. Excited about this one, Ben.
Me too. You know what? This is going to be a great event. We got a really good match to start off with, which I'm excited about too. John ran out first rack in like John style, a couple minutes,
Of
right?
course. Nice safety. And of course, Johnny has a bounty on his head, as does all of the members of Barry's team. So I think if my memory is correct, the bounty is $30 if you beat them on the A side and $20 if you beat them on the B side.
That's right.
Give me a crack at one of you.
There's 5 of us, so I'm sure everybody should be pumped to get that shot. I mean, technically you beat all 5 of us, you make an extra $250.
Yeah, right.
In the tournament, it's possible you get a good draw and
Bring it.
Who knows, right?
Sound is good. Dave Harding says, quit shouting. Sorry, y'all.
Is he shouting?
I don't think I'm shouting.
Well, if Brian says the sound is good, then we'll go
That's
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
But Dave's probably
I don't really trust Dave.
No, he's just messing with you. Or maybe you're quiet and I'm
I
shouting.
could be.
He
You
could
never
be
know.
Giving us the reverse. Look at this shot.
Look out.
Oh, I thought it was going to just miss the scratch, but not
Nice
quite.
cut. So we will be live all weekend long, y'all. Of course, I don't think we're live Monday. I don't think we're running into Monday at all.
No,
Monday being Thanksgiving.
I don't think so, because we have 16 tables. Tonight we only have 8
Yes.
for the first round of the A side.
Yeah, a little bit of a different format for this event. I'm sure you went over that, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, do it again for the people
Just,
who just tuned in. Yeah.
Just for those that are just joining us. So a little bit of a different format where on the A side, we're playing 9-ball on the 9-foots. And if you get bumped off the A side onto the B side, it'll be 8-ball on the 7-foot tables. Race to 9 on the A side, race to 6, I think, on the B side.
That's correct.
Not bad.
This is exactly what Barry would have wanted it to be.
100%.
Everybody getting together. There's 63 players,
63
I believe.
players, one by.
And all just having a great time. So tonight we got some bar boxes open. There might be a little action, which Barry loved.
Heading to Vegas on the 24th APA Teams, your first trip to Vegas. Let me tell you, Brian, you will have a blast.
And get it, buddy. You're going to have a really good time.
Yeah.
Of course.
It is such an experience. Just go down and just enjoy the experience.
And I think the APA Teams is the biggest of all.
Yeah, from what I hear.
Grant and I haven't even experienced that big of an event, but we've
No.
experienced some big Vegas events, and it's so much fun.
It's a blast. You'll be hooked. I'll tell you, you'll want to go every year.
Well, hopefully you won't be hooked. You'll be able to see some shots.
Right? Yeah. No pun intended.
Right. Definitely take some pictures, Brian. Send them to us.
And I'll tell you, there are some heavy-hitting type of players in this event.
Oh, here's one of them. Greg jumping this ball. He jumps
Oh,
well.
rattles.
Oh, and he hit it good, too.
He did.
He hit it really good. John's not going to mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got all the members of Barry's team, so yourself, Johnny Triple P, obviously, Mark V, Eric Vargas, and Joe Spence.
We're just missing Steven. That's the only one.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not here.
I'm sure there's a legitimate reason, probably
I would assume.
COVID related.
I would assume so. What's going on, Jessica? Todd, how are you?
Oh, and that's the best idea too, Brian. Look at this. Rented an Airbnb.
Oh, nice. With a pool and a hot tub.
Ranch house, 5 bedrooms, nice.
Dang, I might have to catch a flight down there just to go hang out.
No doubt. That sounds like a good time.
Right. And then, of course, you've got players like Carlos Barbosa, came down from Edmonton. You got Stan from Vancouver, Stan Taranjo.
There's a long list of players who could win this tournament.
Yeah, Russ Whittle was in the house.
Russ won last year. John got second. Hey, Pompey got second. Not last year, because we didn't actually have a tournament in 2020.
Yep. The last time we ran it.
2019, which was, we had it in like December, right?
Yeah.
And John came from the B side, beat Russ in the first set on the 9-foot here, and then it went over the bar box.
Sure did.
Where Russ just got the better of him, and fantastic performance from John, of course.
Yep.
I know he wanted to win it, though.
He sure did.
Second, in most tournaments you'd be really happy about. In this tournament, you know, being one of Barry's team members.
Yep.
I know John really wanted to win that.
Well, I think all of you did.
So you watch how good these players play during this tournament. They're going to all be fighting really hard, myself included.
Yeah, I unfortunately, as much as I'd love to win, I do not play a lot of 9-foot table.
You actually brought up a really good point earlier, which was that the B side is on the 7-foot.
Yeah.
where you can definitely do damage.
I could do some damage.
And I'm
over
sure
on
there's
that
like
side.
some Ghost League players tuned in right now, and they know. They've seen you play
Yeah.
8-ball in the 7-foot, right? There's one of them right there. Oh, great.
Yeah, once I do, like, I'm obviously my game plan is to last as long on the A side as what I possibly can. But I don't really have high expectations for my game on the 9-foot. I just don't play enough.
No, but you know you can do damage because you know how to play 9-ball enough.
Well, and you know what? It's a
Stay on the-
benefit that I've got this year compared to the last time that the Hooey Memorial was run, where
That's right.
I just did not play 9-ball.
So forget about 9-ball and 9-foot. This year you're only forget about 9-foot. So
That's
you're
it.
building.
I am building.
And next year you're gonna love 9-foot. Somehow.
Only if a certain someone gives me a few lessons.
Well, yeah.
I might know a guy.
It couldn't hurt.
I might know a guy.
Could never hurt.
And what's going on with you, Paul Howard here?
So a good chance for Greg to get on the board here. Just has to shape the 3-ball, really.
A CSL IPL player as well is Greg. Maybe we'll see him back for session 4. Starts November 1.
He really loved it, too. He had nothing but good things to say about
Yeah,
it.
100%.
And he's one for, like, really investing in the game. He loves that kind of steady practice, and he really enjoyed it.
You know, it's funny because there's times when, for myself, especially in the summertime, where it was tough to get my weeks in and get things done. But then, once it's done, I find I miss it.
Of course, of course. And I was always a stickler for playing during summer. And I get it, other players took the summer off to do whatever, right?
Yeah, do their thing.
Play golf and do their thing, enjoy the weather, right? But I feel like my game progressed a lot faster because I played
100%.
during that time, right?
Yeah. And we are doing extremely well, Paul. Happy to be back in a pool hall. Big tournament, 63 players. And, of course, the most important, this is for, of course, the one and only Mr. Barry Hooey. For those that don't know Barry, he was, how would you describe him? He was a character.
Oh, what a character.
Yeah, and
Unbelievable
a staple
character.
in the Calgary pool scene. And just that guy that, you know, if you didn't know him, you'd think he was kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah, until
But
we
he
got to know
pushed
him.
you. Yeah, he pushed you to always be better.
Oh, especially like if, you were anywhere around his team.
Yeah.
And I got the pleasure even before I played on the team was to just hang out with those guys, right? Joe, Eric, they were my friends, right? So I would be knocked out from, whatever team I was playing on, and I would go watch them. Oh,
Look at this ball.
Oh, that's so brutal.
That's twice.
But I used to just sit around and watch
Yeah.
and listen,
Yeah.
and I loved it. And he would just build them up so much, and they always played so good, right?
Yeah, he was just a guy, and once you got to know him, he's the guy he'd give you the shirt off of his back if you were in need.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And he
100%.
always took care of the pool community.
Yeah, he would add money to tournaments.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
Take
made out of
people
money.
in.
He definitely wasn't made out of
He wasn't
money.
made out of money, but he always, he always took care
Oh,
of
look
the
at
Calgary
this.
pool scene.
Yeah, he was Steven could account a lot of why he's so good because of Barry, too.
Yeah.
And he would tell you it's because Barry helped him, He
100%.
said, come to Calgary, play. You can stay at my house. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yep.
And Steven did really well for a long time. One of the most dominant players we've ever seen in this game, right?
Yeah. 100%.
We do have some pictures as well.
Yeah. If you don't know who Barry is and who this tournament is for, there's the man right there.
With
I sure
his-
miss him.
With his mom there, yeah. Yeah, I miss him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss his energy,
Oh, it's
his presence. You know what I mean?
unbelievable. Unbelievable around the table, his presence. This is my favorite picture of him by far,
100%.
too, right?
It's my favorite memory I have of Barry.
Oh, you
was
guys
exactly
were
that.
at the game with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that he was going to this game. So I'll kind of touch on this picture, and the story with it is Steph and I got tickets from her aunt, and I didn't know going to the game where those seats were, but they were awesome. They were right in front of the glass.
Front row, yeah.
Front row, center.
Once
man.
in a lifetime experience.
It was, and it was so awesome.
Expensive tickets, like
Yeah.
$1,000
$1,000
kind of
bucks.
thing. Yeah.
$1,000 a ticket. And we had found out Joe Spence was there at that game with him and Barry, and I think it was Kevin Plowman. I think. And Joe had messaged me and said, "Hey, we're at the game." And I found out that Barry was with them, and of course, this is at the time where we all knew that he had to fight cancer and so on and so forth, and he didn't have a jersey of his own, and so he had borrowed a jersey, and that's why it looks tight on him in that picture. But I decided for the second period that Barry and I would switch seats, and he could come down and experience the whole second period, sit in front row.
So awesome.
Yeah, and it was just a really awesome experience. It was a ton of fun. Now I'm a hockey freak. I'm a Calgary Flames freak, and
He was too.
yeah, there's not too many people I would give up front row seats for, but Barry was certainly one of those guys.
Of course.
Can we get a one time?
Yeah, one
Right
time.
here. How about this? How appropriate is this for a one time?
No, he's going to save it for later.
Save it for later.
Oh, yeah, you can't use it yet.
Yeah.
No, when you're up 3-0 in the first match.
Yeah, true enough.
John's going to save his one time till he's playing Russ in the final, no?
Yeah, true enough.
Oh, it was too late for that, I think.
Yeah.
I would say we have quite a bit stronger field this time
Oh,
around.
100%. 100%.
Not
And
to,
you know what?
Not to knock Russ any. He played unbelievable that tournament.
Yeah.
And we did have a really strong field.
Yeah.
I just think we have a couple more sharpshooters in this
Well,
year.
and it's a bigger field this year by almost double,
Yeah,
if my memory is right.
Yeah, I'm not
I think
sure
there
how
was
many we had.
34.
It was more than
on the last one.
32, yeah.
Yeah, just over. I think it was 34.
Well, whoever wins this one is going to be playing real good.
Oh yeah.
And the ball's got to roll your way a little bit too. But
Yeah, you need a little bit of luck.
race to 9 ball, alternate break. It's going to be some scrappy games too. I don't expect too many of these matches to go very quick with alternate break.
Oh, great hit.
Look at that rub.
Yeah. Can't
Second
really
rub.
ask any better than that. So Ben, what do you do if you're Greg? You're down 3-0, staring down the barrel of a tough one.
If the one goes in the top right, you got to pot it. You got to just do something here. You know what I mean?
You just got to watch that scratch.
Well, I think, yeah,
Oh.
you hit it hard like he did, but not quite that hard. He lost it.
Holy cow.
He's hooked.
You put the heat on that.
That was some kind of pot. Not easy to cut that ball in at that speed.
Yeah,
He hit it really good.
you sure did. He pured it.
That was
Looked like another young fella that I know who
Um,
always pulls off shots like that.
I have theories at certain points in matches.
Yes, but you know what? Some of those series are really good.
Well, score dependent, of course. And I think if you're John or you're Greg, it was kind of the same, you know? You had to go for that shot.
Yeah.
If the
What's up?
match is tight and it's late,
Yeah.
you know, if it's like 6-6, maybe you do something else there, right?
Yeah. What's going on, Eddie? Tuning in on YouTube.
Yeah, we are following along with the YouTube chat as well, guys. If you want to chat along there or the Facebook.
Yeah, slap that share button down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen as well.
We got a great first match. I will note that John did not wear an appropriate shirt. He has a lot of like team shirts and stuff. I thought he would have wore something better. He sure does love that Panda shirt, though.
He sure does.
This is
Going
like
on, Warren? How are you?
lucky Panda shirt. So far, it's lucky. He's up 3-0.
Right.
And he scratched twice on some late balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit fortunate, but
It's
nothing wrong with fortune at this point in the game.
It's a long race. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to say he's getting lucky now, but I'd rather get lucky at the end, like I always say.
Absolutely. I think your number one influence on me was never give up and just stick around. You never know what can happen.
Of
Just
course.
stick around.
Well,
Give yourself the best fighting chance.
And another one is like you create your own luck too, right?
100%.
So if you have momentum and your opponent is like second guessing a little, then the balls tend to roll a bit funny, right?
Yeah.
And if you're just feeling good and you're like firing at balls, they tend to roll good in your favor, you know?
Yeah.
Fortune favors the brave, all those little cliches, but
But they're very true.
Some of them are very true. Exactly. This is a tricky little shot. He says it was tight, but
Shooting from I think it was really tight, but
he was trying to make it apparently. I don't know.
Greg's got to shoot this from downtown and go 2 or 3 rails back.
Kind of miss the 8 here. I don't think the 7's in play, but the 8 off 2 rails definitely is. Yep, straight into the 8.
Got a little bit fortunate.
I think he got away with it. Yeah,
It'll be close.
Well, and the biggest thing here is the 5's over the hole.
Yeah, just clear the 6, I think, right?
So I think he's going to clear it for sure. He could go into it.
I'm going to put left on this and just.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no way he goes into it twice. Hard to go into it twice there.
That takes some skill right there.
Yeah, he went into the 5, into the 6, into the rail, back into the 6, almost on top of it.
It's crazy.
Now he's just double checking where he's going to be on the 7, I think is what he went over and looked at.
And I got to say, Ben, I'm a big fan of the way that we set up this stream.
I don't mind it. This is not a bad space. I mean, the players still have room on both sides.
Yeah. Well, and
if they want.
The co-host, which is me, you sit in the captain's chair. I'm just co-host, and I've got a view of both the monitor and the live table.
I'm sitting here right now because I don't plan on sitting here very long. I'm late in the draw too. I'm like
you are late in the
third
draw.
last match.
So here's my plan: is to stick you on this mic, because I know after tonight it'll probably be a lot of me on the mic.
Oh, so you did figure out what I was trying to say there.
Yeah.
I would go 2 and out if I actually said it. Not a bad shot from Craig there. I think he goes to the end rail where he's looking now, so he plays this with a little bit of draw.
Really? I think I just feather that in.
Yeah, I don't like feathering it because it might skid or he might end up a little too low. The angle looks different here. He's got more angle than
it does.
The camera shows. We did roll it. See, I don't like ending up. If he rolls another ball, then it's a tricky little angle, right?
It is, yeah.
I kind of rather just.
But I think he overhit that too, just a touch.
He could have rolled it a little more, but you don't want to risk rolling it too much more, right?
Yeah, true.
Then it rolls out or it skids. This to get on the board. Oh my goodness!
It had to wipe its feet, but it went down.
Railed it in. Yeah. We got another Hooey picture here involving Mr. Zemp.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That one. That
was during the Christie fundraiser, possibly.
Yeah. This is the tournament that he cut off his ponytail.
Cut off
and
the
donated
rat tail.
It. Yeah, he got $1,000.
Yeah, Jackson went around the room and everybody pitched in $50 here, $100 there.
Yeah.
$1,000 and he cut it off.
He did.
And his daughter is in between him and Ryan there. Chantel. Johnny to break, leading 3-1, race to 9. He's been practicing. Look at this, though. got kissed like 3 times there.
It did.
Let's see.
How do you play out of this?
Once, twice, yeah.
Push to the 2.
No, he's going to try to play a little safe here. Just kind of containing him. I'm thinking he was trying to get around the 8 and go behind the 3.
We might have just pushed into the 2. The 1 was far enough away or outside of that pocket, although it leaves an easy safe back, I guess.
Yeah, you got to be careful about the safe back when you push, because you end up in jail a lot of times.
Yeah.
The pushes
I
are...
almost don't like the push,
No,
right? It
I was-
kind of sets yourself up for trouble.
I was just going to say, too, the push is just as tough here as it is on a 9 or on a 7 foot nowadays, because players are so crafty and good, right?
Well, and you know, you got to think a little bit, and certainly not just us, but all of the streaming companies and broadcasters that are out there streaming pool, you know, doing commentating and so on and so forth, and going over patterns. And I think it's been really good for the pool world in general.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you
Everyone's
certainly get to
getting better,
learn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much
Different
to learn.
pattern plays. Yeah.
Like the shot that John just played, and then Greg played a really nice returning shot, feigning the ball, leaving it long. Kind of put the 3 in a weird spot here, too.
Underneath for the 2.
John tries to slow roll the outside juice. Always tough.
Yeah, that is a really tough shot.
Yeah, to hold it. This is pretty new cloth, too. Pretty slick. Simonis, 860, so it's rolling fast.
Well, it is fairly cool in the room as well.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, so it's they're rolling even quicker.
Yeah.
Because it is fairly cool, I think. It's slightly chilly outside, so I don't even think the AC's on in here. I think it's just
just
kind of room
ambient
temperature.
air temperature. Yeah.
Good evening, Clark. Ryan Ewing tuning in from Thunder Bay, I believe. Ryan, if you're still there. Johnny's buddy, of course. I have given him lessons.
That's why you knew.
Pay Pompey has also given me a lot of lessons. I tried to show him how to kick at a ball, and he doesn't listen. So we were joking about a measuring thing 2 weeks ago when we had the Norm fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a simple little, you know, if the ball's off the rail and you have to kick at it, how you double the distance, but it's double from the rail, outside of the rail. John thought it was double from the ball.
Oh, wow.
I was like, no. Then you hit it like on the back side. Like you want to cut it on the top side to make it, right? Anyway, it was quite funny.
That is funny.
But we're always learning, right? John included.
That's the thing, right? You know, you can play at a high level and still learn things.
Yeah, and John's, I mean, been a really good player for a long time, right? As long as I've known him, anyway. Only on Psalms, he says, yeah.
Now we're getting biblical.
Ryan really knows him, yeah. Ryan was actually a member of, was it Team Canada at VNEA in the international team event.
Oh, nice.
When we won it, John was on that team too. Greg was also on that team.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Your YouTube still says Norm fundraiser.
I will change that after.
I think we can change it while we're live, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Ben's just changing up the name on YouTube. It's the one thing I didn't get right. I got everything else right, but I forgot to change the name.
It's okay. That's one we always forget. What
It doesn't seem
kinda-
this table's breaking too well.
Yeah, I was practicing here. Like, well, I've been practicing here lots, but
Yeah, you've been in every day.
not just this table. I played a little bit every table. But this one, the rack is a little tricky, I found.
Is it the rack or is it just where they sit?
Well, not the triangle in particular, but yeah, where they sit. Yeah. They don't like to settle well, so you got to be a little more patient, I find.
With some nice inside check on that shot.
It's a really good shot. His bad rack is actually worked out perfect here.
Yeah.
We
Just
don't have
needs to
a.
get position on this 3 ball on the right side.
I think
Because
you
3
could-
to the 5, I think, is going to be your.
I almost
your
don't
game winner.
hate playing the corner there like I think he did. Like, worst case is you're where he's at now, right?
Yeah.
If you underhit it the other way, you can always, like, come to the rail and back almost, but the side.
This is not ideal for him. Because
No.
this is tough to hold for position on that 5.
Well, I think you can play with inside and miss the side pocket. You just kind of change the angle a little bit here.
Yeah. Tough to hold, though.
Yeah, he's going to
They're
draw.
playing slick.
He's drawing around.
Oh, back around 3.
Yeah.
I like it.
He jabbed at it a bit.
Yeah.
And he went way too far, you know.
Yeah.
That's one thing you got to.
But you know what? This is, quite honestly, this would be, I'm assuming, the same style of how I'm going to play on this because I don't get the weight yet
Well, and so
of how to
one
play
thing
on a 9
you got to talk yourself into on those shots is don't overhit it, right?
Yeah.
You're so focused on coming around 3 rails with low right spin, draw it, miss the
Yeah.
side pocket. You'll overhit it like,
A lot of the time.
like 9 times out of 10 for sure, maybe a lot more, right?
Yeah. What's going on, Doug? Tuning in on YouTube.
So before you hit it, just tell yourself, hit it smooth. Just
Yeah.
get the spin that you want. Don't overhit it, right?
Yeah.
Underhit it. Because you
Good
still
advice.
have a shot there, right?
Yeah. Nice try.
But a lot of times, balls go in more if you're not bashing at them either. So
Yeah, true
Try
enough.
to smooth them in.
Yeah.
On this table, that'd be my biggest advice is play smooth, right? Because when you start punching at them like a bar box, they don't go in.
I had full intention of coming and hitting a few balls on the 9 foot this week. But it's been unbelievably busy for me.
Oh, of course. It's hard. And a lot of players are in that same boat, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of got to, like, have that mindset, too, is that
Yeah.
a lot of players are not putting in enough time. When you
Yeah.
play me, you should be terrified.
I am terrified. To the point I might kick you in the ankle. See how you play with a limp.
But, I mean, outside of me, yeah, you shouldn't be scared.
Right? Well, I don't know. Stan.
No,
Russ.
don't be scared.
John.
Just only me be scared.
Right? Joe.
Oh, no, the Berries team,
Yeah, be scared.
most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
John, yes, for sure. Be scared. Because he's shooting fire. And he got second last time we had this tournament, so he's going to be tough. I'm going to run to the washroom.
Yeah, by all
So I'll
means.
let you,
I got you.
Run a
Oh,
poster,
I get to
whatever you
side
like here.
side co-chair run
Yeah.
the stream. I got you.
Yeah. You got lots of good stuff there.
I do. I put out a few things. Even some of these did you knows. With a 5-1 lead, Johnny Triple P over Greg Cairns with the break. And this one did spread apart really well, but dry like the desert. No real good aggressive shot here for Greg. I'm assuming you may see a safety come into play here. I don't think the one goes between that. Yeah, kind of a containing. Does it come far enough to get by the 3, though? I'm fairly sure that that 3 will go. Issue is getting back down for the 2. 4 is huge. Avoids the scratch nicely. A little bit overhit. 4-ball, huge in that shot. We'll see which way Johnny wants to kick this. Go 2 rails like he's looking at there. Just by the 5 onto the side rail, end rail. Come off the end rail and kick the 2. Could go 1 rail on the opposite rail, on that left side rail. Kick it into the corner where the 5 is. Great hit. And gets the leave.
Caffeine free. That's part of my problem.
I know. All of a sudden, I feel like a lull. So I have such a long wait. Next match, I got a lot of time to get back up. I'm like super tired all of a sudden. Oh fuck! I just hit it. Like,
See if Greg's going to get out the short stick. What's going on, Jarrett?
Called the crash. Someone go get me a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Triple P has played a ton of 9-ball. Played a lot of 10-ball as well recently. He was a member of the Q Sports Live International Pool League. So he's certainly been playing.
Just leave it in the car, go back and forth all the time, or what?
But I believe in the CSL IPL, it's 10-ball that they were playing. Doing well, Jared. Glad to be in the pool hall. Big tournament, 63 players. It is the Barry Hooey Memorial Tournament. So 63 players came out. It's a little bit of a different format. You've got 9-ball on the 9-foot tables on the A side. On the B side, it will be 8-ball on the 7-foot tables.
Great shots.
And so I think with Greg here, you've got to go 2 rails around. I don't know if I'd try to make this 1 rail. I like going in behind 2. He did try to go 1. Is it on CompuSport or Challenge? I believe it's on Challenge, the draw?
Yep.
Yeah, draw is on Challenge.
Man, are you behind the times?
What's that?
You're behind the game, man. You're like behind.
I know, right?
Slow.
I'm slow on the uptake today. It's Friday. It's worse than that. It's Friday night.
Yeah, I'm fucking. I just don't like to have it right now.
Right?
I
It's
just
been a
like
long
hit
work
a
week.
wall. Tomorrow
Yeah.
will be fine, but right now I am tired.
Yeah.
I've been tired for honestly like.
Yeah, no worries at all, Jared. For yourself and anybody else. I'll see if Steph can maybe grab her phone and put it in the comments on where you can find the draw sheet.
So demanding, eh?
Johnny looking good to go up 6-0 here. Or sorry, 6-1. He's got to hold the nerve here. Tries to go 3 rails with it. He was shaking his hand there, like I think he drew back too far, and in the process of doing that, his cue slipped. So a golden opportunity for Greg here to get it 5-2. Thank you, Steph Toy. Looks like Greg's gonna give one back exactly the same way that Johnny did. Wow. Believe it or not, guys, this is a diamond table 4 1/4 inch pockets, but they are hungry today, eating up those cue balls. Johnny gets it, 6-1. Got to give a shout out to one of the local sponsors here of Q Sports Live, Nick's Q Innovations. He is local here to Calgary, Alberta. Although you do not need to live here in order to utilize his services, you can ship him your cue and he'll do whatever necessary repairs or fixes you want done on it, and then he'll ship it back for you. 7 ball threatened a pocket. I think that's the first break we've had that we almost made a ball on. But this table's breaking tough. I think all breaks thus far have been dry on this table. Tough opener. Cut to the top right. Goes for the bank. And you know, looking at the location of the 2 ball, that 2-3-4, I don't know if that's wired up. If it is, then it's actually not a terrible table, but now it's not going to matter. One, break out the 2-3. Looks like safe play here. Oh, nice touch. Really nice touch. I don't know that there's an end rail or side rail. What a hit. What a great hit. Did set Greg up for the 2-9 combo, however. No 9s on the break, doesn't count. But if you make the 9 in combination throughout the game, that is good. Tough shot here. From downtown. So again, another opportunity for Greg here. Take this 2 ball in off that left side rail. Some left-hand spin, come back down to the bottom right half. 3 ball to the bottom left-hand corner. Or does 3 pass the 6? I guess it must. If he played it that way, then the 3 must pass the 6 ball. Especially when you play it off the 9 ball. Genius. Unfortunately gets married to the backside of the 5 ball. Tough safety from here. Yeah, I might go that way, even though you may go into the 8 here, so I might just graze that 5 with as much energy as what I can. Oh, he tried to make the 8. That's going to leave that 5 ball pretty wide open. No easy task to stick around for the 6, though. He hits it perfect, though. That'll do. Very nice. 3 rails around here for the 8 ball. Uh-oh. Look out. I thought he might have overhit that and the 9 ball come into play. Looking good. The 9 ball to go up 7-1. To the heart of the pocket. And for those that are interested, the Q Sports Live International Pool League CSL IPL starting again November 1. It is the start of 3-man teams, brand new for the CSL IPL. Starts November 1. You can get more information cslipl.com. We will be doing a Q&A. Myself and Ben will be doing a Q&A on that as well. We'll put out a post on the Q Sports Live page. Really nice touch from Greg there. Fairly easy hit for Triple P. Although leaves the 1 ball dead on into that top right-hand corner. I don't think the 2 goes past the 7, so we may have to do a 2-7 combo. Look out, 6 ball. Just enough to get there. I guess we'll see if the 2 does pass that 7 ball. Past it and off of it. Is it too late to join? Not the stream, Roger, but it is definitely too late to get in on the Hooey Memorial. I believe cutoff for registration was yesterday, I believe. I could be wrong. Oh, look at that shot. Is he going to get rewarded for that thin on the 3? He is not.
He clipped it. Barely.
Tough to bridge over that 8 ball. We'll see you. We'll see you later, Donald. Have a great evening. We appreciate you tuning in. Got to be cognizant of this 8 ball here. Oh, tries to flick it and hold. So it'll be Greg with exactly the same type of shot, although Greg might get a little bit of an easier shot. You just go forward off this, back and forth. Easier in terms of cue ball, a little tougher to execute the shot though. Tries the old back cut, and is he gonna get rewarded? Nice little pocket weight shot for John here. They're just going to continue to. They're just going to continue to bat this 4-ball around a little bit. Sorry, guys. I was just asked if I could go ref a shot, and I can't. Four ball just does not want to find a home. All right, one more try at this 4-ball. A little easier of a bank shot here. Could cut it in as well. Does try the cut off the horn. There's that stun shot Johnny was looking for. 5, 6, 7. Not in the most ideal position.
I don't even know why he needed a rep on that. They're shooting away over the look. Is that impeding ball of foul here? So that wouldn't have been a foul then if he hit that ball coming down or jacked up over the ball. Then.
Something happened with the cue ball.
No, I didn't want to get in that. I didn't want to say all ball foul.
And with this should give Greg a 7-2. And it looks like we're going to have a guest commentator jump in once again, guys. Welcome, Mr. Kelly Lydiard.
Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
How's your evening thus far?
Pretty good, pretty good. Chatting with the boys as they were playing this match here, so I figured I'd hop on and
Absolutely.
rather than talk with them, talk about them.
Yeah, right? It's one of the bonuses of being a commentator.
Yep. I
We
was
to talk about a lot of people.
Yes. Bad thing is though they can review the tape and
They could.
hear what you're saying, right? So
They could.
I had a gummy bear chat with John.
A gummy bear chat.
I was trying to feed him some gummy bears, offload them because they do go straight to my hips. And,
Oh my goodness.
He protested because he didn't want to be all wired up. He's got to focus here, so.
Well, I know that this is an important one for John, being a member of Barry's team. And I believe he won the last one.
Did he won? Oh, I had it in
believe
my head
so,
that
yeah.
he got second, but you're right, he won. He beat Russ.
He beat Russ, yeah.
Yes, that's right. He hasn't been playing a lot the last few days anyway. He was with his brother, but he's often in my basement beating me up on my table.
Isn't that always nice of him, eh?
Yeah.
Why don't I just come over to your house and I'll beat you up on your own table?
Yeah, it happens, and him and Joe are over quite a bit. But I think having a match like this, if he gets into stroke and finds his groove, he could go a ways.
Oh, yeah. And I know he's looking to, as is, every member of Barry's team.
And I hear there's a bounty.
There's a few. Any of the Barry's team members, if they get beat on the A side, it's worth $30 to whoever accomplishes that feat. If it's on the B side, then it's worth $20.
Nice, nice. A little bit of extra bonus.
Right?
So if one of them takes another one out, do they get the bonus?
Yes.
They do.
It is a live bounty.
Wow. And who all is, we got two of them playing right now, I think, in the room.
Yeah. Johnny Triple P here, and Joe's playing over in the other corner over there.
I don't know. Oh, 7-1. Oh, look at that. She's got the score on her cell phone.
Oh, that's nice. Joe's up 7-1 over
Why are you
Lanfong.
assuming that? Maybe Lance?
given that I know Joe
Yeah.
and I know Lan,
Yeah.
and not to take away anything
No,
from
of
Lan,
course not.
but Joe plays pretty sporty.
Oh, yes. That is a safe bet. Now, Joe has been in the basement hitting balls. Getting
Has he
ready.
really?
Yeah.
How's he been hitting them?
Good. He wasn't quite on stroke about a week ago, and then he got dialed in. It doesn't take him long.
No, it sure doesn't. And it's crazy because, you know, he really hasn't played all summer,
No.
right?
No,
He's
he
been
was out
kind of in BC, and then I believe he was in Ontario.
Yep.
And if my memory is right, he just got back last week.
Yes. Was he in Ontario or was it? Maybe. I can't remember now. I know for sure he was in BC all summer. But he's got such a smooth, simple stroke. You know, it doesn't require a lot of maintenance.
Well, I'll tell you, as you know, I knew Joe played well, and you know, tournament play is one thing, but when you go into a big competition on Joe's team or Barry's team, I gained a lot of respect for Joe's game in Nanaimo for the CCS.
Oh.
Yeah, I got kind of thrown in the deep end, right?
Yeah.
And I got to play on Barry's team
Oh,
for
great.
that event. Yeah, which I mean, throw a guy into the deep end of the pool. Let me tell you, right? That was a lot of pressure playing with those boys. But you know, I learned so much about Joe's game.
Yeah, just from playing that
Just-
event.
Yeah, just from watching him, and I developed a whole new level of respect for Joe's game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
such
solid.
a smart player.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Not taking away anything from his potting abilities and, you know, all of those things that you do need to play at a high level, but he's just such a smart player.
He is, and he's got good nerve. You know,
He's got nerves of steel, man.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, when we were in the heat of battle there, and it was the match to get to the finals, and I was nervous as I could ever be.
Yeah.
Right?
I can imagine actually.
Yeah. It was really nerve-wracking, right?
I bet it would be. We have it being on a team like that. You don't want to disappoint anybody.
No, of course.
you know,
I want to
yeah.
play well. I want to, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, he has got nerves of steel. That guy.
Absolutely. I went on a road trip to Saskatoon with him and Ben and a few of the guys and watched him match up with some locals. And yeah, it was the first time I've ever actually seen him in any kind of a match. And yeah, absolutely. And I've heard nothing but good things from him from top players. So I really want to see him play in the race to 4x2 event there, the Diamond Open in BCA.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he could actually do some damage.
I think so too.
So I'm
It
trying
depends
to talk him
on
into it.
where he's at in his own head, because when he's dialed in his own brain, he is such a force.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Oh, he is. Yeah. And I'm learning from him too, having him come over and beat me up. Or we play a lot of Scotch doubles, and quite often I'm the lowest Fargo in the room, and he's the highest. So we end up on the same team, and it's worth every second of it. You know,
Oh, 100%,
learning
yeah.
where to hit the ball, 9-ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I get better
Well,
every
it's
time I
just
play with
the
them.
little mental things, right? And that's, you know, I gotta give credit to the guy that we're here for, Barry Hooey, right? When he invited me to play on his team in the SML Masters level, or sorry, the Elite Division. That's, I mean, I was not at that point. I was not an elite player, and even now it's questionable. But he invited me onto his team, and that was never something I was saying no to. Right?
Yeah.
When a guy like that asks you to play on his team, never mind the nerves and all the other stuff, but just the ability to sit there and pick brains night after night after night, week after week after week. it was awesome. He kind of took my level of desire to play pool up a few levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and play good pool.
Me too, actually. Because I was gone for a long time, quitting drinking and all that, and
You were gone for a while. I got to give a quick shout out before you go into your
yeah, do your
story.
thing.
Chantal, that's Barry's daughter, and we miss seeing you here, Chantal. I miss your dad. I miss his energy.
Me too.
His energy in the room was infectious.
I was just gonna say, coming back, I tried to come back when I was about 5 years sober, and Barry did the same thing. Offered a spot in his team.
Yeah.
Right, and it turned out I wasn't quite ready yet. I had other things I needed to take care of. But just such a welcoming guy. For somebody coming back into the pool scene, he was just awesome. Had some great conversations with him about that.
Oh yeah, just a really great guy. And I'm just reading your comment there on YouTube as well, Chantal. Yeah, you know what? It's a big showing this year. We have 63 players. It was a cap field at 64, and we ended up with 63 at a last-minute dropout.
It's great to feel the energy before the tournament started. Just look around a room and you're in a pool tournament. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's different, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's great. A few out-of-towners and.
Oh, he does. You know what, Chantal? He is such a deserving character, and that's really the only way you can describe Barry. Is he is a character without a doubt, and I just miss his energy. He is that energy is that'll be forever missed.
I see there's a memorial thing for him up in the wall. Was there a cue? There's a cue in there too.
There is a cue, yeah.
That's the cue that he played with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'll actually take a picture of that, and I'm gonna put that on the stream here as well. But yeah, that. So I was actually telling a story earlier, and I'll just flash up this picture real quick. So I was telling a story about that picture.
Oh yeah, Flames
And
game.
That Flames jersey, right? So the one that he's wearing there, he didn't have a jersey of his own, and I'm sorry if I explained this earlier, guys, and you were on earlier, but I just missed the guy, and I want to tell this story again. So Steph and I had gone to the Flames game, and we got tickets from her aunt, and throughout the whole time, Steph wouldn't tell me where we were sitting, right?
Uh-huh.
And we get to the game, and they're front row.
Yeah.
Right on the glass, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
freaking out, right? I'm a Calgary Flames fan. I get to sit right at the glass.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you've never sat in those seats,
Oh, I
if
have.
you ever get the chance, man, it's
I have.
amazing.
It's you get to see how truly fast the game is and how big the guys are. And
You have no idea how fast those guys are sitting up in the nosebleeds where I normally sit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But so we went to the game, and as it turns out, Joe and Barry, and I think it was Kevin Plowman, were there as well. And I decided that in the second period I would switch seats with Barry. They were up in mezzanine
awesome.
or something. And,
Yeah.
and so he came down and he was sitting with Steph, and he got to experience the Calgary Flames front row seats.
I remember him telling me about that, actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I remember. Yep. Yeah.
He loved it, man. You know what?
He
And,
was-
and honestly, it's one of my favorite pictures of Barry is that picture that I just put up. And so he didn't have his own jersey, and this is where I was going with you saying the memorial that's here. And so Steph and I decided that we wanted to take him to another game, and so we had his jersey custom made, and it said Hooey one time, right?
Yeah.
And so. Unfortunately, we didn't get the chance to go again. So that's the jersey that's now hanging up on the wall here in the leather pocket.
I think I've seen that jersey it was in Vegas, too, in some photos where the guys won.
Yeah, and they take it every time that they go to Vegas.
Yeah,
and it's an emotional thing, right? But every time that they go to Vegas in his honor, in the finals, if they the guy that's going to shoot that that last ball to win it, he'll put that jersey on. Whoever that is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see him have success in Vegas with
Yeah.
a few teams, you know.
Yeah. There won't be another Barry Hooey.
There
I can
won't.
tell you.
There won't. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. An infectious guy.
Yeah. Great for the game of pool.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He was just one of those players when he entered the room, it was like
Yeah.
it was showtime. You know what I mean? It was in Niagara too. That's one of my all-time favorite memories
Yeah.
of Barry Hooey was in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
When the boys won that Niagara Falls, we were streaming that, and to win it, and we had the split screen. Or no, sorry, we didn't have a split screen. We were on Joe's match, Joe's game, and literally Joe Spence is running around the table, trying to get his game done so that Barry could win it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, both of these things are going on simultaneous. I'm flipping back and forth between tables, and right at the end when Joe gets out, Barry had shot the last ball before the 8 and hooked himself on the 8 ball. Right. So it gave Joe the chance to finish off his game, and then Barry needed to win that to win it. And I flipped back just in time off Joe's table onto Barry's table to watch Barry kick the 8 and sink
Oh,
it.
awesome.
Yeah, it was so amazing. It was such a great story.
Is that up on YouTube anywhere? Or?
I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I know it's on. It's on in our archives. On
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, that was in Niagara Falls. I got a lot of good memories of Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think almost everybody does.
Yeah.
Really nice effort from
Yeah.
Johnny Triple P there. Tough hit,
Yep.
but he is on the hill, up 8-3 over Greg. Although this table looks really good here. Juicy table.
Yeah. I'd say Greg is probably favored to get to 8-4.
Yeah, the hardest shot on the table is going to be from the 4 to the 5, which
Pretty much.
is not that hard.
Pretty much. Yeah, you
Right.
get the right angle on the 4, and
Yeah.
then it's easy.
5 goes to the top left-hand corner, and like shooting fish in a barrel from there.
Yep. It's amazing how easy or difficult this game could be just with a few
Oh, it's
inches
maddening.
angle on
Maddening.
the ball. Yeah. Yeah. Chatting with Greg here earlier, he really is a bar box player. So
Yeah, same as myself. I don't play a lot
Yeah.
of 9s at all.
yeah,
I don't remember. I think, in fact, if my memory is correct, the last time I played on a 9-foot table was at the last Barry Hooey Memorial.
it's an annual thing for you. eh?
Yeah. It's a once-a-year commitment.
I got a 9-foot in my basement for the.
You got a deadly 9-foot.
I do. I have this table pretty much in front of us with tighter pockets, but I got it. I am more of a box player though.
Yeah.
And I got the 9-foot to
better
practice.
better
Focus.
your 7-foot game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you really have to focus. I think that's where the biggest difference is focusing on every shot.
Yeah, it amazes me how much of this game is truly mental capabilities.
Yep. Yep. Mental endurance.
Greg looking to close escrow on this game, get himself into the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And
There we
really, at
go.
the end of the day, you just take, the advice that Ben always says: stick around, give yourself a chance. You never know what can happen,
Exactly.
right?
Right? 8-4 is not impossible.
No, I've seen. Uh-oh,
You got away there.
he sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. There
He's
you
in
go.
it.
There you go.
Wrong way. Almost gave the match to Johnny right there.
So it's alternate break.
It is alternate break, yeah. So if you're just tuning in and joining us, this is the Barry Hooey Memorial played in Calgary, Alberta. We are at the Leather Pocket, and a little bit of a different format for this one. It is 9 ball on the 9 foots on the A side. If you get bumped over to the B side, it'll be 8 ball on the 7-foot table.
And where did that format come from?
Me.
So it was your idea.
Yeah.
You always like these funky little.
Yeah, you got to twist it a little, right?
Yeah.
And listen, when I come up with this stuff, it's not for me, right? Because I don't play 9 foots.
Yeah.
Right? If
Yeah,
it was
that's
for
right.
me,
No, yeah.
it would all just be Barry Hooey Memorial on a 7-foot table, right?
Yeah.
But it's not for me. This is, I figured it was something that we could do to utilize all the tables in a pool hall,
Yeah.
keep people around,
Yeah.
give players the opportunity that like to play on the 9 foot,
Yep.
as well as those that like to play on the 7 foots. And it's really inclusive.
Yeah.
And I figured that represented Barry Hooey the best.
Great
Right.
points. Yeah. Yeah, there's probably a lot of entries in this tournament because, well, first off, because it's for Barry, but other than that, though, because you are on the 7 foots as well, right?
Yeah,
and so
100%.
there's a lot
if
of.
it was just 9 foots, we'd lose a little bit,
You would.
right?
I'm certain of it. Yeah.
And we want to be able to kind of build this tournament as it, as we go on in years. So, utilize all the pool tables in a pool hall.
Yeah. Great point. And this is the third version of it?
Yeah, third time. Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be number 4, but last year it did not happen.
With COVID.
Yeah. Look at this.
Ooh.
What a shot.
There you go.
Does he take the 2-9 to close Estro
No.
on the match? I don't
He's-
think so.
I don't think he does that.
No.
Yeah,
That'd be
he's
crazy.
probably going to maybe run into the 6 here. Oh, you missed it. But, yep.
Still sitting good.
I like him. I like him to get out here.
I like it if the 4 goes by the 6.
Yeah, we'll see what he gets on the 4 here, but
It did not go
I think
by the
he's going to
6.
play it to the
Oh,
side.
look out.
And that's
Look
a bit.
out. He did not get away with that, I don't think.
Oh, maybe. I feel like you can see it.
Oh,
yeah.
he's down on that quick. He can see it.
Yeah.
He was down on that real quick. Look out, 6 ball.
Oh,
You're going for the short stick.
yeah. That he doesn't do that in my basement. I'll tell you that much.
Well, they always say the hardest part is getting on the hill, but it's even harder to
Yep. Closing.
to close escrow.
Anything closing. Follow through. You know?
He was an
Huh.
amazing guy, for sure, Larry. And you look at a guy like Ben Francis, right? Doesn't have a give up at all attitude.
No.
And you got to credit that to Barry.
Yeah. Hey.
Because, 100%. 100%.
Was he mentored by Barry a bit, or?
Oh, totally. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Barry was that type of guy that there was no quit ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, that I knew.
He was, and to his credit, he was too stubborn to give up.
You know, I was debating telling this story, but I'll tell it.
I like it. I like
so
it.
I was
Debatable
actually
stories.
No, it's not. It wasn't anything bad, but it was interesting and it sticks in my mind. You know, when you're in a match and there's this little voice that can sometimes pop up that wants you to give up,
Yeah,
and I think it's just human nature.
of
right?
course.
So it was before I was playing again, and the Westerns was in Red Deer, and I'd always go over and talk to Barry because he was just so welcoming,
Yeah.
right? And I always want to hear how I'm doing, and we always had good conversations. And I walked over, and I wasn't expecting that miss there, but I walked over, and He had just lost. I can't remember who it was to. I think it was Billy Thompson. And he kind of was white. And it was actually when he got the call about.
Yeah.
And I said, man, Barry, if there's ever a reason for losing a match. And he looked at me dead face, dead straight face. He says, there's no reason for ever losing a match. I'm not kidding. So whenever I hear that little voice come up in my mind that
Yeah.
gives me permission to quit,
Yeah.
I think of that with that conversation
100%.
with Barry, right?
Yeah, it's true. Well, you know, I'll get a little philosophical if I can, where, you know, a lot of those voices and the self-talk in your head and the negativity that comes into your head really comes from a place of fear, right? Fear of missing, fear of not playing to your ability, fear of losing, fear of blah, blah,
Looking
blah.
bad,
Yeah.
right?
And so I kind of adopted something, and I learned this, and I can't remember where I learned it, whether it was one of the courses or whatever, but fear by nature has been built in and ingrained in the human psyche from the time that we were Neanderthals, right? And, you know, back in those days, and, you know, if you saw a dinosaur, you saw fire, whatever, right? It's naturally built into you. So
Yep.
there's no way to eliminate the fear.
No.
Right? So you got to find a way to work through it.
Yep.
And so what I keep telling myself, fear is there as a protection mechanism. It means that your body is doing the right things. It's actually supposed to do.
Yep.
Right? It's there for your protection. And so I look at it and go, when I feel that fear, I know my body's working, and I thank my body. I say, thank you.
Yeah.
I know you're working. However, in this scenario, I'm just going to do it anyway. I appreciate you sharing, but I'm just going to do it anyway, right?
Good point. I've been playing a lot with that. I teach a course on, I founded a company that helps people in recovery build meaningful careers. And we actually talk about that pit of your stomach feeling when you're stepping into something new. And what we do is we actually have our participants think of a time when they were successful and think of that moment that they were very successful and imagine it. And of course, it feels really good and all that. But then we walk them back in the days and weeks and maybe even months before that moment.
Yeah.
And what did you feel leading up to it?
Of course,
Was the
fear, anxiety, panic.
And so what we try and do is actually get them to, and I know this now, I know that sense of fear that can come up in the pit of my stomach when I get what I'm looking for, now I got to deliver.
Yeah.
Or, anything, right? And I know that nothing worthwhile comes without that feeling.
Yeah.
Nothing that requires me to push myself forward comes without that feeling. So it's almost you want to be trained that is part of the process of doing something meaningful.
Yeah, 100%.
And now in pool, it's different, though, because there's a physical response that I can feel with fear.
Certainly.
And the autonomic nervous system can kick in. And that's where you hear a lot of people working with breathing exercises now to actually slow that down.
Well, and I think it's important in relation to pool, it just puts on display the importance of pre-shot routine.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you almost have to become robotic so that it kind of sets that fear aside, right?
Yep. Acknowledge it and deal with it.
Well, and I think that's the biggest part of it is acknowledge the fear. I mean, at the end of the day, right, we have as a society, we have such a panic about fear, right? And really, at the end of the day, what's the absolute worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Is you fail,
Yeah.
right? And I look at it and go, okay, but did I really fail? I just learned,
Yeah.
right? I learned the way not to do that,
Yeah.
right? And I always try to take everything that I have and flip it as a positive. So those players that beat me, I'm not sour at them. I'm not angry at them. I celebrate their success because at the end of the day, if success breeds success, then I want to have a success in everything I do.
Yeah.
And so if you beat me, I can just celebrate your success as if it was my own.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. A guy that talks really openly about it, I recently listened to his audiobook, George St. Pierre.
Yep.
Talks a
100%.
lot
Yeah,
about
he
his
does.
relationship with fear.
Yeah.
And
Joanne, it is myself. My name is Grant, and I'm sitting beside Kelly Lydiard. We are your commentators slash, I don't want to say
Pontificators.
motivation, right?
Pontificators. We've talked gummy bears. We've talked fear. We've
Right.
talked a little bit of everything.
A little bit of hooey,
A little bit of
a little bit of pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of self-help.
Yeah, me too. Me too. For me, the breathing exercises in the moment of fear, and one thing I do sometimes is I'll actually physically feel my feet on the ground. It brings me right to the moment.
Yeah, center yourself.
Yeah. I was funny. I was talking with Yap, Aloysius Yap's coach.
Yep.
I was at the BCA and I was just asking everybody everything, and I was I figured this Aloysius kid. I watched him practice, and
He is a beast.
he is.
Look at this, Johnny to close
Johnny's
escrow.
about to close it
Sorry
out.
to interrupt your
No,
story.
no. We got a match to commentate on here.
right?
Absolutely.
To close escrow on it. Johnny for the win.
There you go. He stood up.
He sure
He
did.
stood up a little bit there. He wanted me to finish my story. Is what happened
That's
there.
what it was.
So-
They just want to see Greg bank this to the
He
side
is-
to
he might pull it off here.
see what happens.
Sometimes that quite often happens actually when
Yeah,
you
of
when you,
course.
when you miss something. And see, the thing is, if
Is he
Greg,
going to
if-
try to play safe here?
I think he's going to cut this in, or was he?
I think
Somebody
he's
was
just
lining
looking to
up.
play safe.
Not a terrible idea.
I
Not
don't
a
know.
terrible idea at all. You're
letting,
right.
You're letting Johnny back at the table. You were given a gift, and now you're regifting the gift.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
See, if Greg wins this game, it's 8 to 6.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I don't believe Greg believed he was going to win this match.
No,
I
of
really
course.
don't. But if he gets to that place where he thinks, hey, I'm 3 games away,
Yeah.
we could see a resurgence here.
We could see fireworks.
Yeah.
Joanne, I sound like Ben, and Kelly sounds like a friend of mine. Ben and I often get confused on the mic.
There we go. 8 to 6. We have a match.
We do have a match. Johnny will be forever haunted by that 9 ball if Greg comes back to win this match.
Yes. So alternate breaks. So he's going to break.
Sorry, I interrupted your story.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I noticed this guy that was Aloysius' coach,
Yeah.
and I've been kind of toying with meditation and these techniques for grounding myself, and they'd actually been working well.
Yeah.
And by the way, on that, I don't think that there's this point where you're always like. I think there's a bit of a wrong thinking about nerves and fear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that people are either, strong in that sense or weak in that sense. I think that we all can transition in and out of being in a place of strength when it comes to nerves
100%.
and being in a place of weakness.
Yep.
And I think it just depends on where our mindset's at that particular stage. And
Yeah.
And so anyway, I was doing well, and I wanted to ask Aloysius' coach what they do for the mental game. And do they do any meditation? And I'm like all proud because I have all these things I want to say that are like, so really, I guess I just wanted to talk to him and not listen to him.
Yeah, right.
No, I really did want to listen. And so I was asking what they do for meditation and focus and all of these things and handling pressure.
Yeah.
And his answer, you can't see this on the stream, but he's like, he does the motion of a very simple stroke.
Yeah.
And he says, this is your nervous stroke, bunk. This is your confident stroke, bunk. This is your whatever stroke. And he basically just said, like, your stroke shouldn't change no matter what you're feeling. So
Interesting.
yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It was basically be a robot, I guess,
Yeah,
was his
100%.
response. But hey, we watch Aloysius now, and he's killing it, right?
Oh,
like,
was
he has
so,
no nerves.
So impressive.
yeah,
Did my volume get turned off?
I can still hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How do you see the brackets? It is on challenge. Oh, look at this.
2-9 to close it out.
Johnny going for the early 9.
I had a feeling he was going to make that.
Tried to close the match early.
This is a match now.
Yeah. Oh, Greg playing safe, I think.
Mm-hmm. Jump it here.
I don't know if it goes by the 7 ball. I can't quite tell.
I kind of feel like it does. Yeah, it does. I just peeked around the monitor.
Showing fear. Well, and I think it's... Oh, wow. You may as well keep it out
Yeah.
one more time.
He's going to put on a jumping clinic here.
Right?
He's got shape on to the. I think he's going to come around towards the 4 if he makes this. So.
Oh, for sure he will. He may bump
he-
the 9 though if he makes.
Yeah,
if he
he'll
makes the 3.
he'll need a bit of a rub,
Yeah,
or maybe come and hit the 4.
he may get snookered by this 9 ball.
But I think he's going to be.
Oh, is
Oh,
he-
he's
no,
kicking
he's
it.
kicking instead.
I wouldn't have expected that.
Only because I think of the shape on the 4 ball.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
it.
And ended up safe there.
So what do you do? I don't mind the jump shot actually. I know it's a little tight.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh man, that scares me. I don't know.
I don't mind it. If I
I'm-
could reach it, 100% I would.
There's a lot of players that would jump this, I'm sure, but not me.
Look at this shot.
Ah,
Oh my goodness. No reward there at all.
no. It was a good kick too, and he hit
It
it
was
on the
a
right
really
side of the
good
ball. There was lots of ways he could end it up safe.
Yeah.
Um,
Came a little far on that.
yeah. That's a shot
Through
right
the
there.
heart.
That's a shot.
Shape of
Just
6.
a little bit on the wrong side of the 5, but he'll pull this off. I think 3 rails.
Look out, 8 ball.
Oh.
Oh, gets the jelly rub for the side pocket.
I think he's gonna get out here.
I think Johnny's finally said this is
Yeah.
enough of
Put it
this."
away.
Yeah. Get her done, as they say.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
He hit that.
He overstroked that massively. Still should work. I think he still can cut it.
Yeah.
It's thin
He
to
just
win,
all
but
he has to
it's-
do is focus
yeah,
on the
make
cut
8.
because it's gonna end up fairly natural.
Yeah, just got to make the 8 here.
There you go. I think he will make this 9. He will stay down. He will follow
yeah.
through.
I would be willing to bet this is a done and done. Done and done. Good comeback from Greg, though.
Well, thanks for having me on again.
Hey, you're
It
welcome.
was a blast.
Yeah, indeed. Guys, we're going to do a quick shutdown restart. Don't go far. We'll have another match your way right